everybody and welcome back to today's video. So in today's video we are going to be unboxing this Hatchin Yoshi. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so like I just said, this is of course the Hatchin Yoshi, and this has came out to coincide with the Super Mario Galaxy movie that I think comes out on the 1st of April in cinemas. Now if you watch the first Super Mario movie, at the very end there was a Yoshi egg that was about to hatch, hence why I think they have brought this out, because Yoshi will clearly be in the new film. I think I picked this up last week, and that was when it was released. It was around £50 to £60, I can't remember the exact price. So on the front of the box we have Super Mario, Toad, Peach, and here is Yoshi in his hatching egg. Now this does take 3 AA batteries, but they of course come inside this box, because when you open this the egg hatches, and it actually only hatches once. So once this egg is hatched, you can't do it again. Hence why I want to try and get this on film. You can keep the bottom to store your Yoshi in, but the rest of it breaks away. Okay, if I just turn this to the side. So on the side we just have Yoshi. And then if I turn this to the back, let's make sure this is in the screenshot. And on the back of the box, it shows you to get the egg to hatch, you have to tap it. And then once Yoshi is hatched, you can actually interact with him by touching his nose, or his shout, or his tail. And you can also talk to him, and he will respond. And down here it shows you everything that comes inside of this box. And then on this side, again it shows you, so his eyes light up, he reacts to touch, and he also reacts to sound. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the box because it's going to be really loud, so I will do it off camera and then I'll put it back on afterwards. Okay, so first up in the box is actually a couple of pieces of cardboard, and on the first one, this one shows you how to hatch the egg, how to interact with Yoshi with touch, how to get this piece of plastic out of his egg so you can store him afterwards, and also how to interact with him by talking. So that's the first piece. And the second piece of cardboard is actually like a precaution, and it's saying fragile, unpack with caution, because you don't want to crack the egg, because like I said, you can only do it once. And the last of the paperwork is actually the complete instructions with all the writing inside. So first up it shows you everything that's inside the box, and then here it shows you how to take it out of the box. So that is just like the full instructions. So let's go ahead and get this egg on the table. Okay, so here is the egg that is of course still inside the plastic, because once you remove it, like I said, it does start hatching. So there's the front. I just don't want this plastic to be too loud. And then on the back is the handle where you pull it out of the box. And then on the bottom are like these 3 yellow pins that you pull out, and once you pull these out, the hatching process starts. So I'm going to pull these out off of camera, and then I'm going to quickly put the egg back on camera so we can watch it hatch together. Okay, so I've removed the yellow pins, and here is the egg, so let's get it to hatch. Yoshi is quite loud in the egg, he just made a noise once I took it out, so I might not talk too much, so I can edit his voice. But let's go ahead and tap the egg. is literally the loudest I've ever heard. I will probably have to edit the sound a bit, but there is the egg, and as you can see, he has broke the egg and he has hatched and his eyes are lighting up. That is really, really cool. So let's go ahead. And remove Yoshi. Okay, so I've just removed Yoshi, and here's like bits of the egg that have broke off, and as you can see, you can just completely snap all of this egg up, and it just breaks off. I don't know how loud this is going to be. Hopefully it's not too loud. It's really messy. I didn't realise that once the egg's hatched, you can put it back together, but it's quite a cool concept. And then, like I said, this piece of plastic in here does come out, and you can store Yoshi inside the bottom bit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this egg off my table, and then we'll take a look at the Yoshi. I'm just really hoping it's not too loud. When he came out the egg, his voice was so loud. And I was trying not to whisper because I didn't want to have to cut out every bit of sound. Whereas where he was just talking, I can just mute him down a little bit and make his voice a bit quieter. But yeah, it just breaks apart. It's really weird. It feels like plastic, but it's so easy to break. If any of this, like I said, is too loud, I will just try and edit it out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, and I will clear away all of this plastic. We'll take a look at Yoshi, we'll take a look at the egg, and then I carry on the video, so I'll be right back. So I've just went ahead and cleaned my table, but as you can see, there are still little bits everywhere. It made such a mess. And here is the egg, and I have removed the plastic bit from in the middle so you can store the Yoshi in it now. There are still some bits here that aren't straight, but you might be able to see there is like this line where you can break it to make it straight, so I will have to go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to do it on camera because it's so messy. So that's just the bottom. Let's go ahead and bring Yoshi back up. So here is the Yoshi out of the egg, and I have actually went ahead and turned him off because on the end of his tail he does have an on and off switch. So while I show you what he looks like, I thought I'd just turn it off so it's not too loud, and then I will turn him back on, and I won't talk too much, so when I edit this I can sort of put his volume down on his voice a bit because it is really loud. So here's the front, and of course his eyes light up as you see when he hatched from the shell. He also has like these orangey brown boots on, and then on his back he has this red shell, which is where all his volume comes from because this is also a speaker. And I believe when you push this he does talk to you in his Yoshi language. And I think you can also rub his nose and tap his head, and he does different things, but I don't know like any of the talking actions or anything, so I will just show you like the tapping and stuff and to see what he does. So this is more like a novelty item rather than like something that you would play with. So let's go ahead and turn him back on. Yoshi! So there you can see his eyes have lit up. So let's sit him down here. And there's tap his nose. Okay, so he just kind of sniffs. What if we touch his head? He enjoys that one. Okay, so I'm going to push his shell.
Yoshi? Oh. Yoshi? Oh.
Okay, so he's not doing too much.
Oh.
There must be some different words that you can say to him to do different things. But yeah, that is basically the Hatchin Yoshi. So like I said, more of a novelty item. But I just thought it was really cool. Let me quickly just get the shell up so you can see what he looks like sat in that. Okay, so here is the shell. Not sure how he sits inside it. Okay, like that. So he would sit inside it like that. And that's how you would display it, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, I do need to get these rough bits off the edge. But that is just a little unboxing video. It's probably not going to be too long. But I just wanted to show you because I just thought it was a really cool item. So as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And until my next video, good night everybody. Good night.